We are back for round 2 of the 2003 GP4.1 Championship, and we've had a wet qualifying here, a pretty crazy one. It's seen David Panner, who retired early from the race earlier in Australia with a suspension problem. He's our pole sitter for today. With Andres de Jesus, who retired on the same lap as him, P2 alongside. Ronan McAndrew is a surprise P3 for Minardi. Very, very impressive from the Irish driver. Sean Sutherland P4 after his podium last time out. McLaren Dreisig P5 with Miguel Malvero P6. John Stoltzfeld and Tommy Toth also much higher than they were in Australia. With Con Skywalker, Tommy's teammate, just behind him. Alex Loldemex P10 after the disappointment of missing out on a podium in Australia, with Etienne Jones our race winner down in P11. Kingsley Camisoto, once again a pretty shocking qualifying from him, down in P12. Not as bad as last week, but still. Leighton de Choutinier as well, down in P13. Ben Jones 14th place. Leo Goria P15, followed by Shane Odiemi and Daniel Duarte, so not so great this weekend for BAR. Simon Nathaniel P18 as well, after being P2 last week in qualifying. Shea Himel, Jordi Alvarez in the 10th row, and both arrows on the back row once again. And now it's time to look at the forecast for the race. It's going to be sunny, no rain at all for the race. Malaysia's generally more interesting when it rains, but it's always a good race, so should be a good one. Okay, so here we are at the grid of Sepang for the Malaysian Grand Prix. David Panner on the left, Andres de Jesus on the right, in that blue and yellow Renault. Who will get the better start? Will it be the Minardi in third place of Ronan McAndrew? We'll see. It looks like Panner has had a great start there, with Renault not so much. In fact, he'll have to fight off Ronan McAndrew, who's in P3. David Panner already looks clear into turn 1. Andres de Jesus will try something running outside, but it won't come. McLaren Dreisig has a great start up into third place though. Ronan McAndrew unfortunately down to 4th. John Sutherland 5th, John Stoltzfeld 6th, Miguel 7th, and the two Jaguars battling it out for the final point. McLaren Dreisig though all over the back of Andres de Jesus to take P2. No, he won't. But Ronan McAndrew off. Oh no, he's been flipped. Oh, that's so sad. He was running so well, and now it's absolute chaos back here. What's happened here? Who's even? John Stoltzfeld has somehow got out ahead. So it's Tommy Todd, Galmavero missing wings. Leo Goria P. What has happened here? Absolute chaos here on lap 1 of the Malaysian Grand Prix. We'll take a look at what happened again. So it was Sean Sutherland who flipped Ronan McAndrew. Just went wide. He spun round, and that held everyone up as he reversed into Jordan's path. And meanwhile, Minardi of Ronan McAndrew locked up. Everyone else trying to get through on Sean's left, so he was literally flipped on. Oh, that's horrible. I wonder if he's injured or something. What a dramatic crash there, and it's only lap 1. Who needs the rain? We'll take a look at that on board from John Stoltzfeld's point of view, or maybe it would be slightly better to see the whole flip. Wow. And so many people got damaged cars there. I think Tommy Toth actually got through alright. Leo Goria definitely did. He got so lucky in all of that, coming through from, what, P11? So, yeah, it's just a whole jam of people. Ben Jones is through. What has happened here? So Panner was our race leader, followed by Andres de Jesus, McLaren Dreisig, and Leo Goria. Tommy Toth, Miguel Malvero, he'll have to pit. John Stoltzfeld, Leighton de Choutinier, Sean unsurprisingly missing some wings. Ben Jones P9, Simon Nathaniel P10, Alex Loldemex soon to be P11. But now he is going to have to face off against Etienne Jones, who actually gets boxed in by the BARs. Daniel Duarte making a double overtake. No, only a single overtake. And his teammate follows him through. I think everyone's through that that part of the track though. Like that, Con Skywalker also retired there somewhere. Unlucky for him. As McLaren Dreisig now tries to move on Andres de Jesus to take P2, and he does do it. Up to P2 goes the Toyota driver, making up for lost points in Australia for sure. There goes Miguel Malvero into the pits. Unfortunate for him, as he wasn't running too high anyway, but he could have got some points here. Absolute chaos though on the first lap. Pano already leading by 2 seconds. Now Ben Jones enters the points, despite literally being on the grass at turn 4. And Malvero, 17-second pit stop. Sean Sutherland in the pits, Jay Hamill in the pits. Both arrows strangely make it out okay. So here we are, lap 2 of the Malaysian Grand Prix, and we have basically loads of different races going on. Here's Sam Nathaniel. Oh, his luck gets even worse. Suspension failure here in Malaysia for him. It's just not gone his way. As there's Sean Sutherland missing a wing again. What has happened? Both arrows are out. They just make contact. It was Max Ogoric going wide with Brandon Liu. Drove into his left front. Sean Sutherland comes out the pits in 19th place, only to hit a tyre at turn 1 and lose his front wing again. That is not Sean's day, is it? More to the point, look at Pano approaching the scene of the crash. Well, he'll definitely have to avoid it. Oh, he's just about avoided it there. That was close though. And now the debris has gone away. It's been cleared. We have a bit of a train forming here though behind 8th place Ben Jones. And oh, there's been Sean Sutherland out the race. I thought he couldn't get any worse, but it did. Got hit by Jay Hamill, I believe. Oh, well, that's a big one. So many big crashes today. Oh, he just literally hits into his rear right tyre, and that's it for him. Out of the race. And Jay Hamill once again missing a rear wing. Front wing. But it's a Renault 3.4, so good race for them. Tommy Toth up in P5 just made it through the carnage without anything going wrong for him. John Stotsdale now being chased by the Ferrari of Leighton de Chutenier, obviously a much faster car, so might try and move into there. Wouldn't really, yeah, not the wisest thing. Ben Jones still in the final points position with Etienne Jones and Kingsley Kamisoto stuck at the back of this train. Kingsley Kamisoto really not been too great so far this season. We're only 2 races in, but still. There goes Jay Hamill into the pits as David Panout goes across the finish line to start the 4th lap of the Malaysian Grand Prix. And this, oh, here comes Leighton de Chutenier. P6 is his, and John O'Sotsdale goes down to P7. After scoring points at the last race, to be fair, he's now on track to do it again. So, fair play to him. Can't quite come back at that Ferrari though. It was always going to be unlikely. Then we have the 2 Saubers, the 2 BARs, and Metin and Kingsley Kamisoto, as I mentioned earlier. Jordi Alvarez once again P14. Miguel Rivero in his own little world in 15th place as well. And now everything seems to have calmed down a little bit after the absolute chaos, the drama on lap 1. We still don't know if Ronan McAndrew's injured from his car being flipped, his head quite literally hitting the ground. Such a shame for him though. After qualifying P3, you know, could have thought some good points for him, but it wasn't to be. The dream was over by turn 4. And meanwhile, last week's race winner, Etienne Jones, in Australia, dominated the race, completely dominated it. Once Sam Nathaniel was taken out by the arrows, he led from lap 3 until the finish. But look at him here now, down in P12, at risk of losing that to Kingsley Camisoto. On board with him now as we head towards the final corner. Forces Etienne Jones on the defensive even. But no move made into there. However, maybe something into turn 1, or there's another chance into turn 4 if that doesn't work out for him. Yeah. He'll definitely line it something up into turn 4. Here he comes, closing in, but not enough. He can't quite get through yet. But he is definitely very close to Etienne, who seems really slow, even dropping back from the BARs, which, you know, unexpected. But definitely, the fortunes have changed. Last week it was McLaren who were suffering, and this week it's Williams, who are 12th, and all big lock up from Etienne Jones as we go on to look at him. And he stays in front. And 15th, as I was saying. And Miguel also locks up as soon as we go on board with him. Gets front wing damage actually, so he'll have to pit. His race gets even worse. So, yeah, the Williams, I don't know what it is with the car, but it's just really not suiting Malaysia. And this time, Kingsley Camisoto looks a bit further away from Etienne Jones. So we're more than halfway through the race now, with lap 6 just having begun. Still, the gap between the top 2 is 2 seconds, so McLaren Racing doing well to keep pace with the Romanian McLaren driver, David Panayot, who was definitely one of the more successful drivers in the old sim. We get yellow flags. Who is it? It's Andres de Jesus again. Once again, out from a really good position. So what happened to him here? He just, he had an engine from P3 as well. He would have been on the podium. And he just had a water leak or an engine problem. Oh, that's so unfortunate for him, as he just parks it up and loses a wheel. It's not unfortunate though for his teammate Leo Goria, who will definitely be celebrating. Probably not to his team, but he now gets up onto the podium. Tommy Toth though, who is catching him. This man set the fastest lap in Melbourne, and now he's chasing down a podium here at Sepang. You know, he's been quietly impressive so far. Definitely, I can see something happening here. Meanwhile, both Salvas now in the points. Alex Loldemek's shaping up for a move for P7, possibly sometime soon. Miguel Rivero now comes out the pits just in front of David Panayot, just almost a lap down. And here we go, the two Saubers fighting. Alex Loldemex gets in front of Ben Jones. We'll take another look at that move. On board with the Romanian. Once again, a good race from him. Up the inside into P7. But now, we might see Ben Jones having another crack at it to come back at his teammate. The two Saubers side by side heading into turn 1. Can he get the move done? It's going to be side by side even through turn 1. They almost touch actually. It looks like Alex Loldemex will just about stay ahead. Don't want to be battling too much. Don't want to take each other out. That would be terrible for the team. And I think Alex Loldemex does have the position locked down now. Yes, he does. No comeback into turn 4. P7 is his. Meanwhile, J-Hill trying to unlap himself. Not sure why he's trying to do it there. It's quite dangerous. But Tommy Toth closing in even more on Leo Goria. I see a good result here for both drivers. Definitely happening. Not quite able to make a move into the final corner. Meanwhile in the midfield we have Daniel Duarte chasing down Ben Jones for that final point. And these two still going at it for P11. Not that that's too important for the race, but it's an interesting battle nonetheless. We'll go on board with Daniel Duarte as he looks for that Sauber. Ben Jones actually going really wide. But Daniel Duarte not getting the exit he wants. Meanwhile, Kingsley Kamisoto finally puts it down the inside of Etienne Jones, up to 11th place. Etienne Jones going to come back at him though. Meanwhile, Daniel Duarte now up. Oh, he just can't quite get in the right position. Can't quite get close enough before turn 1. Etienne Jones, meanwhile, doesn't actually come back at Kingsley into turn 1, so it looks like he's probably got P11 locked down. Oh, but Daniel Duarte comes back at Ben Jones again into turn 4, but still not quite there. Maybe next lap. He'll definitely want those points after being forced out of a podium in Australia due to a car problem. He had to pit and he lost P3, ended up finishing P9, which is 0 points based on the 2003 point system. So a lot of unlucky drivers in Australia actually. Meanwhile, I thought this was a battle. Turns out it's just Jay Himmel trying to unlap himself still. Well, Tommy Toth's not quite catching Leo Goria anymore. He only has 3 laps left if he does want that podium. And now we see Daniel Duarte making that move for P8 down the inside of the final corner. He's got it done, but will Ben Jones come back at him? The switchback here is powerful. He does tuck out that section quite early. That's not going to work well for him. In fact, he just kind of backs out there. Lets Daniel Duarte take that position. So with 2.5 laps to go, I'll run you through our top 10. It's Panayot, McLaren Dreisig, Leo Goria, Tommy Toth once again closing in. Still definitely able to take that position. Leighton Deschutineer, who is also closing on both of them. John Stotzel, Alex Loldemex, and now Daniel Duarte, who's up to P8 after overtaking Ben Jones. Let's see then, will Tommy Toth be able to produce a move at the end of lap 9 or going on to lap 10 even? Not into the final corner, but there's still another straight. In fact, 2 more straights if you think about it, going on the run into turn 4. But no, not this lap. He still has a few chances left, so I'm guessing he's just taking his time. But still, Tommy Toth is not going to let Leo Goria get away with that podium without a fight. Just half a second now, the gap between the two. To get a podium on a Jaguar in your second race would be unbelievable, to be honest. The first midfield podium of the season. We'll see what happens here. He's getting closer and closer, now just 4/10 the gap. Starting to force Leo Goria on the defensive actually. As Leighton, does he have a problem? He does, he does. He's going slowly. Once again some reliability problems from Leighton. I believe it's a loose wheel he has now. That's going to mean he has to pit. Surely. Let me see, he won't be able to score points. Oh. Once again, bad luck from the Belgian. But this fight still isn't over. The gap is just 4/10 now. Going on to the final lap here, but by no means the final opportunity. There's a yellow flag on the back straight. I believe that's for Leighton's stranded car. Tommy Toth, will he be able to make a move here? Not quite, but Leo Goria does go very tight on his line. Jonasov's up to P5, Loldemex up to P6. Ben Jones re-enters the points as Leighton. Unfortunate for him, really. But there's a more important battle at hand here. Tommy Toth up to the Renault of Leo Goria. Can he force him into a mistake? Not quite close enough still. This is a fight for both of their first podiums here. This is not a good place to make a move. Oh, he might have bottled it here. Yeah, that is not the cleverest thing to do, to make a move into turn 7. Not really an overtaking spot as much as some drivers try to make it one. Meanwhile, David Panout has led this race from start to finish. He goes along the back straight now. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, it's just J Himmel unlapping itself. Yep, not very relevant then. So, David Panout comes round the final corner, bounces back from Australia. David Panout wins the Malaysian Grand Prix. Congratulations to him. McLaren Drysig P2. Tommy Toth actually gets into P3. What happened there? Oh, right at the death as well. And there's been a crash. Alex Loldemex. Oh wait, it's all going down on the final lap. First, we'll take a look at. Oh no, we'll see what happened here then. So it was J Himmel unlapping himself. Didn't do it though. And then what happened here? So it's Loldemex who hit into the back of J Himmel. Oh, and they just both. Loldemex is actually still going, I believe. Oh, it's a shame for him though, because he's now out the points. This guy really doesn't do well on lap 11, does he? Yeah, very unfortunate for him. Did anyone else get caught up in that? Don't believe. Oh, it's Ben Jones, the teammate. Sauber, absolute disaster for them. As Ben Jones just hits his teammate's front wing, which is just lying in the middle of the track. I believe Duarte. He gets through okay. We'll take another look at the crash. Once again, another 3 points robbed from Alex Loldemex here. Oh, that's so unlucky for him. Very, very unlucky. Meanwhile, oh my god, so literally an engine blowout for Leo Goria on the back straight. So Tommy Toth takes that podium right at the finish. Leo Goria, he's quite literally coasting to the end. Will he be able to make it to the finish? Is he going to make it? Oh, he just about made it. Oh wow. And literally bins it in the wall right after the finish line. Oh, that was some good timing there for him. Oh, there's J. Hamil still in the wall. In the end, John still takes P5, Daniel Duarte P6. Kingsley Kamisoto out of nowhere. Must have been from that crash. Yeah, Ben Jones getting ahead of both Saubers. And then actually, on the final corner, overtaking Shane Odiemi for P7 there. So Shane Odiemi relegated to P8, and then Etienne Jones in P9, just missing out. Oh, it's so close there at the finish. Final lap drama. So this race, the first lap and the final lap, both absolutely incredible here. What a finish there. Tommy Toth and McLaren Dreisig both getting their first podiums. And David Pannett as well. He didn't get a podium at Australia either. So yeah, today was the day of McLaren. And definitely Leo Goria getting very lucky to get P4 at all. What a race here. And here's the final race results. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in Indonesia.